Hey y'all. Okay, cool. Anyway. Hey you guys, let me join my own live real fast since I'm on live. How are you guys doing? Hey. Hey Nicole, how are you? Hey Pat Pat. Can you guys hear me pretty good? Let me see. Can you guys hear me? Okay. If you guys can hear me pretty good. Deep Dark Hills of Texas. What's up, Brayden? How you been? You want my shirt? What else you want, Nicole? Yeah, King Drake in the building. The little, let me stop. Y'all can hear me? Okay, cool. I'm thinking about getting cards today, but sometimes people get weird when I bring out them cards. I bring out them cards, somebody gonna ask me something that I don't even care to even look into. Anywho, I hope all is well with you guys, or whatever. I haven't been on live in a while, or whatever. I got like water bottles to finish. How was the massage? I was about to tell you guys. So, how was the massage? Oops, I missed the trash can. The massage was okay. Me and the lady who did my massage or whatever, she's legally blind, right? Which I knew before I booked the massage that she was legally blind or whatever. So when I first got there, her session before me kind of spilled into my session or whatever, which was alright. I wasn't really in a rush or whatever. But the massage was okay. It was okay. I don't know why I was expecting something different. Like, it wasn't bad. But the style of massage that was booked for me was one with like low pressure. So like there was only certain points where she did put some pressure, and she didn't use a whole lot of oil. She used like a little bit of like oil or whatever. So I'm legally blind. POP, hold it down. she was all right. We just started talking. I mean, while she was doing my massage, like she didn't got like during the whole massage almost, she kept getting like phone calls that she had to take care of. So somebody was like headed to the hospital, somebody was whatever. So, but we ended up talking about movies. We started talking about Spider-Man. Me and the lady, she went to go see Spider-Man, which I had a little slight question, like, you're legally blind but you watch movies. Like, she be telling me how she be watching movies with her kids. So in the video that I saw her, so I researched her before I went to her office, since I ain't never been there before. And in that video that she made, it was probably like almost a year ago, her eyes looked really like that white in the eyes or whatever. But when I saw her, her eyes didn't have all the white in her eyes or whatever. Where's Miss Bunny? I have no idea. Like, I feel like I haven't seen Miss Bunny since May. I don't know what she has. I just know that she has a condition that has her legally blind. I don't know if it's glaucoma or cataracts, but she does have something like that, whatever. But yeah, she was cool, whatever. We was talking about all kind of stuff. We didn't talk about a whole lot, but we did talk about that. And she was telling me that I should book with her again. She told me that she said that she does other type of massages. So the guy who booked my appointment, she was like, he could book him an appointment. I said, I know, like every time like he's about to book me a massage appointment, he never books him one. And I was like, why? But he doesn't like I guess he doesn't like it. So I told her, I said, I'm going to try to get him to book a massage with you, but I doubt that he would do it. Like, he does not book massages. I was legally blind until I laid my eyes on you, please. You like the curly hair? Thanks, boo. It was August 10th. That was your birthday, Brayden. Happy birthday. So, yeah. Happy birthday to you. What's good, D Cherry? How you feeling? But yeah. So, I don't know. What's new with y'all? Happy Thursday. What's good, everyone? What's good? What's good? How's everybody been? Or whatever. Okay, happy late birthday, Brayden. You're correct. Happy late birthday. Or whatever. Shout out to everybody in the chat that are subscribers in the comments. Shout out to you guys. I feel like if I opened up my comments to everybody, I would probably have more people interacting potentially, but you know. So yeah. But yeah. Go ahead, Josh. Welcome back, OG Kicks. New job. Oh, I have a couple options and a younger nigga has a crush on me. Okay, Susan. That's what's up. That's what's up. Congratulations on you getting your new job. I know you hated your other one. Hi, pretty girl. Hey, Aaron. I was just in the 803. I should have connected with D Cherry. True. I was about to say, every time D Cherry's in the chat, I always think about California. But I don't know where 803 actually is. I know 804. Nigga like a spankish every live game. Brayden, how old did you turn? Susan been back this whole time? I guess so. You're pretty, so what's tea? What did you do today? What did I do today? Today, I feel like I didn't do that much today. Yesterday, my niece rescued a kitten that she almost hit in the road. So, let me see if I can show you guys a picture. Yesterday, my niece brought over a kitten. She sent me a text message talking about some, when you wake up and you go downstairs, make sure you meet my son. I was like, what are you talking about? So this is her kitten that she rescued or whatever. So that was interesting. Yeah, the kitten's cute, right? Cute little tabby, gray tabby cat. He's chill. Like, he didn't do too much. Like, he wanted to hiss at me when he first saw me just because I probably scared him. But he's after that, he just was calm. Like, he was calm the whole time. He wasn't even running around or nothing. How I been? I've been good. How you been? So, yeah. It's just crazy. Like, apart, sometimes Reese got a friend now. The little kitten, I named him Boulevard. I named him Boulevard. But she wants to name him Sterling, like Sterling Silver. And then her friend talking about something, name him Road Runner. So his name is probably like, I named him Sterling Road Runner Silver Boulevard. So his first, middle, last is Sterling Silver Boulevard. Anyway. But he's cool, whatever. He was in Reese's old house. Like, whenever Reese comes over here, Reese has her own little cat house and everything. So he got it now. You're 10 and you finally got 4 adult lions. That's what's up. Name him Pork Chop. That would be cute. Yo, why do you have a picture of yourself in the background? That look like me back there. I haven't seen Reese in a while since, like, I don't know. It's been a few months. But yeah. I don't know. I came up here because people have been kind of irritating me. And it's just so weird. Like, there's a lot of people in this world that really are operating from a low, I'm not going to say low level of intelligence. Even though that is the case. I'm not going to say people are operating from a low level of intelligence. However, I do think it's interesting because some people really feel like they're very smart, and really, when you really pick apart their brain and you start listening to what they see as smart, it really is just them being like a person of poor character. Like, it's them trying to, like, get over on people. And it's like, that doesn't always equate, in my opinion, to being intelligent. My first 3 kids' names are going to be Colby Cotton, Cody Cotton, and I forgot the last one. That's, you like Colby Jack Cheese. and Cotton Candy, Brayden. I can't believe Brayden just turned 10 years old. What the heck? Anywho, Tune been acting up again. Tune need to send in that payment every month, every week actually. I put Tune on a weekly payment plan because he get paid, you know what I'm saying, every week. I haven't talked with him in a little bit though. What am I looking for? But yeah. I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna be up here that long, you guys. I just wanted to come in, say what's up, say hi. So yeah. Tune on child support, damn. I got him on a weekly a weekly rotation too. I like I feel like celebrities are so dumb. Like y'all know how like y'all you know how like most people look at celebrities and they think that they're like so cool, they want to copy everything that they do. That's what celebrities do with me. So they're type like annoying to me though. Like a lot of them are annoying as shit. Like the Kendrick Lamars, the Kim Kardashian, like all of them is just annoying as shit. The Jay's, all of them. The ones that always underneath a knife, a lot of them is just annoying as shit. Like I don't think that they understand how annoying as fuck that they are. And then there's other people who just are obsessed with trying to figure me out. So like it's so crazy because sometimes I'll sit and I'll just observe somebody who's trying to figure me out. And I just watch them sometimes. Sometimes I just watch them. I just see what they do, see what they like, you know what I'm saying? See how they think, what they say, what they do. And it's a stark difference as to why I'm not them and they're not me. It's a stark difference. Like the stuff that they do, I would never do. The stuff that they say, I would never say. The stuff that they're intrigued by, the moves that they make, is stuff that I would never do. And it's just interesting because it's like, going back to what I said earlier, there's some people who feel like they're so intelligent because they do stuff that's just like a person who loves themselves wouldn't do certain things. You know what I'm saying? Like if I value integrity, it's just certain stuff that I'm just not gonna do. But you can't do that to everybody. Like some people, they really like, they're just fucked up people, honestly. They're dirty. Their souls is dirty. Their spirits is dirty. What drives them is like low vibrational because it's all on this 3D plane. Like some people literally don't have anything. They don't have any sense of the beyond. They're not like, I'm a spiritual person, like I'm a highly spiritual person. People who are only earthbound, like I'm a Taurus. Like what the hell? It's like the stuff that I say, I know would go over their head. Like I'm a Taurus. That's an earth sign. Like I'm the first earth sign. Like material, this world, manifesting materials is not hard. It's not hard. And for me, like it's just not hard. So when people be trying to like and then it's so crazy because being spiritual, you can catch what the fuck people are trying to do, or at least I can. I think it's not just being spiritual for me. I think it's the fact that I have high levels of discernment as well. So I could be in a conversation with somebody and they don't know shit about me for real. Like they can see a little bit. They can come on my YouTube and see I have whatever X amount of subscribers and whatever the case, but they don't really know shit about me for real. And it's like it's when people feel like they're trying to shit on me. And I be confused. I'm like, that's the part that lets me know that me and this person are two different people, because when I get around other people, they don't intimidate me to the point where I'm trying to shit on them. And if they really thought, and if certain people really thought that I won't shit and I won't on shit, why do they also go out their way to try to shit on me? Because that lets me see another layer of how they're like, you know what I'm saying? Like they're doing too much at that point. You're doing too much. That's like me going like that. The way that they view it, I see it like this. That's like going next to a homeless person and trying to flex trying to flex shit. It's like, if you really was on some shit, why do you need to do something that's that fucking low? That's low as shit. But I know for a fact they don't think of it like that. They don't look at it like that. They don't see themselves for real. They don't see how corny they are. They don't see how much they really like, a lot of the stuff that people be talking about, it's like, it's stuff that it has already been done years ago, a few times over. It's already been done a few times over, and they be so happy. Like, and then what I also have noticed with certain people that act like that, another thing that I noticed about them is that once they realize that they're behind, then they start trying to copy what they see that you're doing. Like, the stuff that you say, they start trying to copy the stuff that you say, the stuff that you do, whatever the case. And it's like, you're not competing though. Nothing about you and where you're at in life, nothing about your intellect, nothing about what you care about, nothing about the stuff that drives you, nothing about the people that you surround yourself with. There's nothing about them that will ever be in the same league, vein, or anything to do with me. So what the fuck is the competition? But I think certain people are so low vibrational and so just like, I see them as just like immature. Like, it's like a kid or something. It's like a kid feeling like they really doing something with you, and you just be looking at them thinking to yourself like, what the fuck? Like, are you dumb? Like, a lot of people are dumb as hell, man. They feel like, oh, well, if I copy exactly what you say, like, no, it's way bigger than that. But they can't think like that. The only thing certain people can think about is how to be greasy, how to try to get in somebody's way, how to try to make somebody feel some type of way. They operating from low levels of consciousness. They operating from, oh, I'm gonna try to make you insecure, but they're the ones that's highly insecure. That's where a lot of people are operating at. That's low vibrational. That's baseline. That's shit that people do almost automatically just off of the strength of being insecure. That's why you can find that same behavior in children. And for some reason, those are the same type of people that in adulthood, you see how emotionally stunted that they are. You see how restricted that they are in life, because it's like you're still operating like this when life is way bigger than that. Like, what the hell? And it's not good. Like, for those types of people, I promise you, it is sad to say, but not really, but those type of people would never get on a certain level because it just won't ever happen. That's like saying, oh, somebody who's a dumbass is one day going to do some genius shit, and it's like the likelihood of that happening is very low. Like, what the hell? But anyways, you know what I'm saying? Like, people are weird, people are dumb as fuck, bro. That shit is so fucking, like, it's so ridiculous. Like, whenever I see people who I know for a fact, like, you're obsessed, you're weird as fuck, like, why the fuck do you need to know my business so bad? When I see people like that, it just is like, I don't think they realize how ick. That's like a ick. Like, get the fuck away from me, bro. Move around. You're not my people. I would never find myself in the mix with you. That's why you continuously have to seek me and what the fuck I'm doing out. I never have an interest to know what the fuck you're doing. So why the fuck do people like that assume? It's just dumb. It's just dumb as fuck, bro. It's dumb. It's dumb. What's good, Zamarian? What's good, y'all? Let me catch up on the chat. There are any good celebrities? Dolly's messed up a lot of people this week. Are there any good celebrities? I feel like, okay, so when I was younger, I feel like there was like an obvious divide. I feel like a lot of times when I was younger, there was like an obvious divide where you could tell the celebrities that seemingly weren't as bad as others. But I feel like since I have been kind of like, in my adult years of life, I feel like I've started to see how people are so follow the leader. People are so follow the leader. Somebody said, where's James? And he's calling me. People are so follow the leader these days. And they're so easy. It's so easy to manipulate a lot of people because they don't have their own brain. They don't know what to do. It's so easy to manipulate a lot of people to start not upholding their own values and opinions. I have seen so many people be just easily misled to do fucked up shit towards people, and it makes them fucked up people. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, like earlier as an example, if somebody really was on some shit, if you, like, let's say, like, some people be so excited for shit that it just is like, for me personally, it's not really that exciting because it's not that hard to do. But some people, they ain't never really had shit. They ain't never really been shit. That's the biggest thing. A lot of people ain't been shit. So what they try to do is they try to, like, start competing is what I've noticed that they do with me. But, and it's like, it just looks corny. It's like, you look corny, bro. It's like the same vibe of if a nigga was a virgin and he got his first piece of tail. If a nigga was a virgin, he got his first piece of tail. And now he just going on and on about it in a way that you could tell it's like, dang, that's your first piece. Damn, okay. Like, what the fuck? But you ain't really doing nothing. Like, you ain't impressing nobody who's already been there, done that on some shit. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people don't see themselves. There's no actual awareness. There's no awareness. They surround themselves from people who ain't gonna tell them the truth about themselves, because the minute somebody tells them the truth about themselves, that person's hating because they're so insecure they can't receive it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a whole cycle that people put themselves in and they don't ever realize it or see it for themselves. So, you know what I'm saying? What did I eat today? What did I eat today? I ate some cereal. Salute, Julrae, and you stay cool. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. But yeah, that's what I noticed. Like, a lot of people do corny shit, bro. That's all they do. And it's like, it's not in them. It's not in you. There used to be an era in life where actually being real was actually respected. Now everybody is fake. Everybody's pretending. And it used to work for a little second, but everybody is not sleep on that shit. That's why it feels weird. That's why people don't care. That's why people are like, okay, whatever. It's boring. I don't care. You can't make people care about some shit that's not even authentically you, first of all. Like, what the hell? But yeah, it just is what it is. And then it's always that comparing. Like, a lot of times people start entering fake competitions with people because they comparing shit. Like, how the fuck are you not satisfied in your life? What exactly is going to bring these people satisfaction in their life? Ooh, I keep burping. I'm not a clone. Welcome back. It's been a long time since I've seen you. Anyway, it's like those people will never find any sense of satisfaction in their life, so they'll always be on some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been able to hear people talk about me, or I've been able to have conversations with people, certain people, and I can hear how the fuck they think about me, and it's like, you don't know me though. Like, the reality is, you're the type of person that is so up your own ass that even though you have spent a lot of time to be kind of close enough to know who I am, you still don't know who I am. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a clone. I forgot if you are Destroy. I forgot who you are. Last time I was on here was this and Omar. Oh yeah. Good times. It's Destroy. Welcome back, Destroy. It's been a minute since I seen you. But yeah, it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people, they be feeling like just because they're kind of around you physically, they feel like that means that they automatically know you. But in reality, the reason why certain shit starts surprising them once they start to really, and some people only take the time to quote unquote pay attention when they see other people paying attention, because they low-key just want what that person has. So they're like, oh, let me try to figure out what people like about this person. And then they start figuring stuff out, and it starts fucking up their brain. They start having mind fucks because they didn't realize that this person was like this whole time, because they don't know this person. They don't even know themselves, but they definitely don't know this person. Like, that's the type of people that be around me physically sometimes, that I just be like, I just be over it. Like, I be so over it. Like, people, I look at those people as just like, they're not evolved. Like, they're on some like, you can tell, like, what have you been prioritizing in your life? The stuff that they prioritize is not stuff that I prioritize, and I think that right there is like a big difference, the biggest probably. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then those be the same people those be the same people that be hating on people. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just take it back to school. Take it back to school. Somebody be mad because they weren't on their shit, but they see somebody else that was on their shit, so they mad, taking out their anger on the person who was on some shit. Now they saying all kinds of stuff. It's because of this. It's all these excuses as to why it's that person and not them. Like, get the fuck on, bro. Like, either which way it goes. It's so funny because I haven't seen or talked to Omar in like maybe a month. I seen Omar maybe a month ago. And I don't know if I should say. I seen Omar about a month ago and he met somebody. He met somebody and I feel like he won't ever, I feel like, you know what I'm saying? Maybe that was the last of seeing him. What happened to that girl you almost beat up at your birthday party? I almost beat somebody up at my birthday party. A girl? Can you help me remember? I almost beat a girl up at my birthday party. I do know I almost got into a few fights this past year. During this year, I have almost gotten into at least 2 different fights, I would say. Your friend mushed you. Oh, that wasn't my birthday party. But, yeah, so that girl, ironically, her and my sister got the same birthday, which was yesterday. Hold on. Her and my sister got the same birthday, which was yesterday, ironically. But, I don't talk to her. The last time I saw her was just, like, randomly because somebody sent me something on Facebook. So I opened up Facebook, and then I saw her up there. I forgot we were even friends up there. Happy belated to my sis. True. But yeah, that girl that she mushed me like this on my forehead. It's so crazy. Like, this is how you know I'm a Taurus. I had wings in my hand. I had both of my phones, this phone and the live on, and I had my wings and I had 2 boxes. I had a top box full of wings, and then I had a bottom box full of fries. My fat ass did not want to fight because of the fries and the food. I was hungry as shit. I was like, I'm not about to wait. Like, first of all, I bought the wings. They fucked up my order. Then I had to wait for them to fix my order, and they gave me more than what I think they gave me more. I can't remember. I was not trying to drop my food. I was not trying to drop my food, and I'm not trying to be funny. I was not trying to have somebody take my phone. So I just kind of was like, you know what, it is what it is. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't have to whoop this girl's ass right now. Which probably was more so a good thing for her than me, because I probably would have been to jail. I probably would have went to jail that night. And they would have had to probably keep me in there until I sobered up or whatever the fuck the process is. I ain't never been to jail. I'm not trying to go to jail. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, probably it was a good thing that I ain't do what I wanted to do. And a part of me hesitated because we was cool for a while. Like, me and that girl, we was cool for a long time. Like, I used to do her hair all the time. Like, she used to come over my house. When I first started up my hair business, she used to be like one of my all the time clients. Like, she used to come to me, get her hair done, like spending a decent amount of money. You got that ATL side, Jewel? You mean like about that life? But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, she used to spend a lot of money with me when it comes to me doing her hair. I ain't did her hair in years though, but still, like, you know what I'm saying? But you know, it is what it is. So yeah. But no, I ain't ever talked to her ever since then. Ain't hear nothing about her. It's kind of like she just exited my reality, to be honest. No more pizza sauce. I can't say there is no more pizza sauce, but maybe not. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I've had fun up here doing all of that, but there's some people who are like kind of the weirdos, like, and y'all know what I mean by that. Y'all know what I mean by that. Okay, I'm gonna change the participation. Welcome back, JJ. But there's some people who y'all know for a fact they take it too far. Like, everybody else having fun, enjoying the vibe, and there's always like a few people that's just like overly doing it. You know what I'm saying? Last I saw you, you was kicking it. What's up? What's good? Yeah, you been good though, Slime. I've been good. I don't got no complaints. Destroy, how was your birthday? Because, you know, we had a birthday around the same time. Shout out to Pat for the gift. Why do I keep burping? Because I have probably gas in my body. I don't know. I just was drinking water. As soon as I take, you see how as soon as I take subscriber only off, somebody saying stupid shit. You got too many mods, they muting, huh? But yeah. You see what I'm saying? Like, that person in the chat right now, they're an example of people who take that shit too far, and it's like they really have issues. You know what I'm saying? They are mute invalid questions. What are y'all talking about? I can't see certain stuff then. Your birthday the 4th, right? Or was it the 8th? It was the 4th. What you do for your birthday, Destroy? I'm mod of the month for August and July though, right? I'm not sure. Maybe we gotta see though, for real, for real. I mean, to be honest, the month of August is about to be gone. Like, woo! I gotta stretch. The month of August the month of August is about to be over with. What y'all got? What's y'all plans for September? I can't put it on live, but I was lit. Dang, what you do? I need to know what you was doing. Whatever happened to Taylor? Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. August flew like it had somewhere to be. What's up with that? I feel like the weather's about to start getting real cold, like kind of faster. September is your birthday? Okay. Look, shout out to you. Yeah. My plan for September is to take over the world. That's what's up. What kind of problems do light-skinned girls have with niggas? My birthday is in September too. What kind of problems do light-skinned... I can't speak for all light-skinned women as to what problems they have with niggas, but one thing I will say is that in general, sometimes people treat you differently by your skin complexion. And it's so crazy because when I was younger, no particular type of person per se tried to bully me in a way that I would say is like all up in your face type bullying. But when I started to get a lot, like, I've always been able to draw a lot of attention to me, right? So like there was times where I would go to school, especially when I first started going to high school, especially, I'd say. When I started going to high school, I went to a hood high school. You know what I'm saying? Like, my middle school wasn't necessarily hood because it had a blend of all kinds of people. So like, even though we did have hood kids that went to our school, it wasn't like overly saturated. But my high school I went to, it was like a hood high school. And one thing I noticed when I went to that school was that there were certain girls that wouldn't necessarily say nothing to me in person, but when we got home and we on Twitter or we on Facebook or we on whatever the case, they trying to talk shit about me. You know what I'm saying? Like, they you could tell that they talk shit about me amongst their friend group, and they want me to oversee it. You know what I'm saying? Like, see it or whatever. But other than that, and I've always noticed it was a certain look. It was a certain look of a girl that would do that. But other than that, people ain't really bother me. But there is a type of insecure dark-skinned man. Not every dark-skinned man act like this, but there is a certain type of a man that is insecure in his complexion, because when he sees a light-skinned woman like myself, he automatically says, this bitch stuck up. This bitch stuck up. She thinks she better than everybody. She thinks, and then like, for me personally, if they notice stuff about me, like a certain level of class, or if they notice the type of way that I hold myself, or what I like, they see my value system, you know what I'm saying? Then they start saying stuff like, oh, this bitch thinks she better than everybody. Like, there's a certain type of man, and he's a darker skinned man, and he's trying his hardest to humble a person like me. You know what I'm saying? I've noticed those types of people, but I stay away from people like that, because it's like, realistically, they really just mad at the world. They mad at themselves. And as much as they would like to say, oh, you think that you're better than everybody, it's more so like take away the skin complexion. Even if I was a dark skinned girl, they would still find a way to try to humble me, but it has nothing to do with my skin complexion. It's just who I am as a person. It's the fact that the way that I'm going about life is I'm not in the same place of life as they are. They kind of hate life. they feel like they kind of look at life as they don't enjoy life the same way. So with those types of people, I know that they try to say that it's about skin complexion. They think I'm stuck up even though they don't know me, but realistically they just hate the fact that their outlook on the world has been fucked up. I've not seen your mods before. Damn, I've been away for too long. So yeah, what did James say? Sitting in the car eating Popeyes, selling dope off Apple Watch. James is lying. First of all, that sentence was spelled too good for it to be actually James saying it. But you know. So yeah, anyway. Destroy, you are a mod. You, Pat, the guy Jeff earlier was a mod. Brayden lost his mod. As much as I think Brayden is cool and I would give him a mod, Brayden lost his mod. He started like banning, he started hiding people from the channel that was sending gifts. Like, what the fuck, nigga? There was once a king who was 12 inches tall. He was a terrible king, but a great ruler. Did I ever get Instagram back? No. At this point, like, first of all, I have reason to believe that Omar is the reason why I don't have Instagram, right? He the reason why I got banned up there. But now that I've been away from Instagram, I'm kind of happier. Like, life is kind of better, the fact that I'm not on Instagram, because realistically, there was only a few things that was keeping me on Instagram. It was some of the old messages that I had with people who were like passed away, or it was like I had receipts. I had a lot of receipts in my Instagram. Like, I had a lot of DM receipts and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have a lot. It was a lot of stuff in there. I had a lot of social proof. You know what I'm saying? I had a lot of, like, there's a lot that you can know about me based off of my Instagram. That's the only reason why I wanted it. I never posted for real. Like, it was no real reason. Now that I don't got that attachment to Instagram, it is what it is. Like, it's kind of crazy because somebody has said to me, they was like, you know how this world goes. Like, they was talking to me like this. They was like, you know how this world is. You know about a lot of stuff. Like, think about it. They was like, you lost your Instagram. It's not like you lost a loved one. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it probably felt like, you know what I'm saying? It probably felt like you lost something that was very attached, that you was very attached to, but you got to think about it. It's better that you lost your Instagram, something that you valued high, instead of a person. I was like, you know what? You probably right about that. You know what I'm saying? Stefan and Josh gotta be mods before Brayden gets it back. That and Stefan, I don't think Stefan gonna get a mod. Julrae, the channel is Julrae. Maybe even Zamarion could probably get a badge though. I ain't gonna lie. That JJ guy is the Cavalier guy, and his name's also Daniel. What happened to Miss Bunny? Miss Bunny ain't been in the chat since like May. I don't know, Destroy. She was supposed to get a new phone but never came back. She never came back. Whew. What's good, Miriam? Welcome back. I feel like I'm kind of bad at getting back to people. But what's good? Make sure you guys double tap. I appreciate you guys joining. Jewel, who was that original mod that had 4 baby mamas? 4 baby mamas. Are you talking about Santiago? I don't think you were you here when Santiago was a mod up here? A Waka Flocka Flame haircut. I don't remember. I really don't remember. Are you sure? Are you sure it was on this channel? I should get. Nah, it wasn't Santiago. I don't know. I should get more than just the badge. I should be more than the basic mod. JJ, I don't know why you feel entitled to being a mod. Who had all the baby mamas? I know Santiago, I think he had at least 1 or 2 baby mamas though. He was the one that told you to make me a mod. Dang, I can't remember right now. It sounds familiar. You act like I commit channel infidelity. You do. I'm scarred. I'm scarred because you do. Dang, he had a lot of baby mamas. I can't remember. I remember somebody did tell me to make you mod because you were the person that broke a record. Like, you lost your mod like back to back and still had it. Nobody had did that before. Like, especially, like, how did you just get your mod, you lost it, and then you got it right back? I was about to say Adrian, but I think Adrian has only 1 baby mama. But I think it was Adrian though. JJ, I know you've been here from the start, but you also been irritating me on purpose from the start. Nah, Adrian Mexican, this dude black. Huh. There was a black guy that was fucking with him. But what was his name? It was like always, I was always talking to Destroy, and I can't remember. Like black. I don't remember seeing how he looked though. It was way before too. I agree. Hey, what's good? I can't remember right now. I'm gonna have to go back and watch my live streams from like almost a whole year ago. Yeah, it was you, Sarah, Elijah. I missed Elijah. I missed slash what the fuck? Slat Sarah gets up here often. Gabby, shout out to Gabby. Do you remember Lala? Was you up here when Lala was up here? Lil Mac was a thing, I think, right before you got mod. I think we had just lost Lil Mac. That beef of field niggas experiencing the severity of the outdoors and the house nigga cosplaying up to massa. Folks do not realize slavery ended like 1900s, so it's not that long ago. My thing is this: there are some people to this day, post slavery, there's some people to this day that will watch their own brother and sister, and I mean that in the sense of the black people looking amongst other black people, and they will try their hardest to judge that person based off of stuff that they deem as whatever, and it came from slavery. And I just feel like sometimes, like, in this day and age, it's so weird because like, they're judging them though. They're not actually getting to know people and saying, oh, that's why you act like that. They're just judging people. Like, I like, there's this one person did it, and they're a celebrity. There's a celebrity that did this to me. There's actually probably 2 different celebrities, but one, I feel like he's probably more of a celebrity than the other one. And then there's somebody who I experienced in my day-to-day life, and they were kind of the same type of person, honestly, in a way. And one thing I have noticed that they did was they look at me as a person, but they don't really see who I am as a person. They say, oh, the reason why she holds herself like this is because she thinks she's better than everybody. And it's like, it's not really true. Realistically, they don't really value themselves like that. You know what I'm saying? So, and it also kind of is just hatred. It's kind of like self-hatred in a way. Like, some people, like, I'll never forget because, like, the stuff that they say, like, if you ever got a chance to have a conversation with those types of people, the stuff that they try to attack you with is they're gonna say, oh, they're gonna attack your looks. They're gonna say that you're like snobby, stuck up, you think you're this and you're that. That's typically what they start attacking you. They automatically say that you think that you're better than somebody, when realistically that could be the case for some people. But with me personally, I don't necessarily think I'm necessarily better than people in that regard. I'm not saying, oh, because of my skin complexion, I'm better than, like, who gives a fuck? I have seen people who literally have had my shade of skin complexion and they're ugly as shit. They look physically ugly. I've seen some girls and they literally have like growing up, I used to hang out with girls that were darker than me. And I used to hang out with some girls that was kind of cool, you know what I'm saying? Like they were, like I used to hang, like just as an example, there's two girls, right? There's two girls. They're kind of similar. But one girl, she sees herself as a loser. She acts like a loser. She acts pathetic. They're both the same skin complexion, the same tone of brown skin, right? One girl just sees herself as a loser. She acts like a loser. The other girl doesn't necessarily act like a loser. And the experiences that both of these girls have is two different experiences. But the girl that looks at herself as a loser and treats herself like a loser, she's gonna always try to figure out why is this person and not them. And they're gonna say, oh well, it's because of my skin complexion, it's because of this, it's because of that. And whole time, a lot of people who don't ever heal themselves from stuff, because we all have the opportunity to heal ourselves from the way that we view ourselves or the way that we conduct ourselves in the world. We all have an opportunity to start that healing process. But I know that out of these two girls that I know personally, the one girl, she's been feeling that way since like teenage years. Since her teenage years, she's been acting like that. She's an adult now. And do you know that she has grew into such a nasty spirited person secretly? Like, she can outwardly play or whatever and act all nice and sweet and innocent. But realistically, like, who she actually is, she's a very disgusting individual. She's very competitive. She wants to sabotage other people. She wants to make sure other people feel pain and hurt. She wants to feel like she's on top of people. She like she's done it to me. Like, I'm trying to tell you. The other girl that I'm talking about, they're about the same kind of, they're kind of in the same range of person. Actually, this girl over here is prettier than this girl over here, but she still is a loser, right? This other girl, she's a little less in attractiveness. She's probably a little bit better when it comes to everything else, material wise, because she knows how to get to the money. She actually attracts guys that dote on her with money and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, not on, and I'm not talking about like prostitution, by the way. I'm just saying, like, she attracts valuable men. This other girl, she's a loser though. Like, she's pretty, she's prettier than other girls, she's just a loser. And she tries to blame it on other people and take it out on other people. So what this girl has tried to do is, she's tried her hardest to, like, she just tries to group up and gang up against people. Like, she's the type of person to join in on a hate conversation about a person and starts feeding into the hate and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she's just a nasty spirited person. So yeah, there we get with, like, who, Lord, can't even stir that pot. But anyways, you know what I'm saying? Like, some people at this point in time, I like, it's easy for me to clock exactly what be some people's problems. Like, some people, it do be a basic level of, you know what I'm saying? But other times it be other shit. But I'm basing stuff sometimes off of my personal experience with people. A lot of viewers in here want to be on top of you too. Exactly. And I know it. And I know it. I know it for a fact. Earlier today, but I know Pat, that was a double entendre. I know that was a double entendre with you. But earlier today, freaking, hold on. Earlier the other day it was somebody who has like a they think that they're slick. Like, they think that people can't detect them because they feel like they're operating out of a higher level of intelligence, but realistically they're just a grimy ass person. They're just grimy, they're selfish, they're self-serving, you know what I'm saying, they're greedy. Really, a person's operating in that, and they think that that makes them smarter than other people because whatever. And it's like the same shit, bro. Like, how can you feel like you're smarter than other people, but you're constantly, but like, how are you ultimately on top of other people, but you're constantly having to get around people and prove yourself as being better than other people? I knew you were going to get the double entendre relocked into it. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. To me, it just don't make sense. Like, a lot of people do shit that just don't make fucking sense. When they really think about it, it's because they don't really know themselves. They don't know why they do the stuff that they do. They don't see how unhealed they are. They don't see it as a problem. They're always trying to self-medicate themselves with pills, with fucking alcohol, with beefing with other people, and drama. Some people are addicted to drama and cortisol spikes. Like, what the hell? It's a lot of people who don't see themselves. And just because you're, like, for me personally, I have noticed that just because I call the shit out, some people get mad and they think that that means that I'm being judgmental. People who will sit on this live stream with us and watch me and judge me for every fucking thing that I'm saying and doing, because I touch a sore spot with them, they think I'm the judgmental one. Just silly, stupid shit, bro. A double Nintendo. But yeah. Anyway, I'm only trying to be up here for a little bit, to be honest with you. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's so crazy too, because like a lot of people, they just really like, they're losers. Like, a lot of people are losers. You know what I'm saying? Like, the stuff that attracts them, you know what I'm saying? Out of the two girls that I was talking about earlier, guess what this girl liked to watch? She liked to watch baddies. She liked to watch baddies. She liked to watch all that toxic, you know what I'm saying, Zeus. She liked to watch all that toxic TV shit. And then she's also just a low vibrational person, and she just has a life that's like more of a loser. Is that Dolly Monroe behind you? Yeah. Classic cars or muscle cars? I mean, I feel like classic cars sometimes look cute, but I don't have a problem with either or, I guess. But yeah, JJ likes watching Kevin Samuels because he likes to see what he thinks when he's watching. When some people are watching Kevin Samuels, you know that they're watching him because they feel like he's just putting down motherfuckers. That's really their source. They're not really watching him and actually learning some shit and leveling up their life. Some people are watching Kevin Samuels because he's mean as shit, is what they look at it. They're like, oh, he's saying some mean shit to people. I like this guy. And then some people was watching Kevin Samuels and they were actually getting something out of the content. You still telling people's future with those Yu-Gi-Oh cards or what? I don't have no Yu-Gi-Oh cards, but I kind of don't always do it because I'm not gonna lie, some people's questions that they ask me up here be annoying. You know what I'm saying? Like, some people be asking me stuff that I just feel like is it's a question that I would not ask. Like, I try my hardest to be neutral. Like, whenever I start offering the readings, I try to remain neutral. But sometimes some people start asking me certain questions that I be thinking to myself, like, why the fuck do you need to know that? There was this one guy that used to get up here. He used to ask me about he used to ask me about people who he did not personally know. And he'd be like, did this person actually lie to that person? And I'm thinking to myself, like, that's not something that I would personally trouble myself with. Like, like, why do you care? And then it's like, you would think that, okay, I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like sometimes I have had a level of curiosity that kind of would like to know. Like, if I was in a position to ask somebody and I feel like they could give me insight on something like that, maybe I'll ask like one or two questions. But some people, that's all they questions. Like, how does Pat Pat really feel about JJ in the chat? Does Pat Pat not like them, or does he like them? They'd be like, who do you think Pat Pat would actually take the mod away if he could? You know what I'm saying? Like, some people be in other people's business so much, and that shit is kind of trifling to me personally. Like, I feel like I kind of don't all the way get with that, for real. And then, like, one time, this happened probably like a year or so ago. A year or so ago, I used to do the late night live streams. I used to be on live stream all throughout the night. There was this one instance where a girl came up here. She was asking me about a couple. She was asking me about a guy. But when I flipped her tea, when I flipped her cards and I saw her tea, she realistically was a person trying to insert herself in somebody else's relationship. Like the guy who she's asking me about was a guy who was already in a relationship, and she kept coming out as like a third party, a deceptive person. And I had to tell her, I was like, you're coming out as a third party. She got so mad at me and tried to cuss me out. Whew. You say he got murked by that fat girl in the Illuminati, the conspiracy for real. I don't care. I don't know, and I don't care. I don't see what the value was in getting rid of him though. If it was quote unquote Illuminati, what exactly did somebody else gain out of him not being up there? Was there another person that was doing what he did that rose up after that? Like, in my opinion, I don't necessarily know if it was necessarily Illuminati related per se. I think it was probably, it could be money motivated. It could be like hatred or something, or money, or, you know, some people don't like what some people talk about because it's such the truth, to the point where they want to shut you up forever. So, you know what I'm saying? But to say that it was the whatever, I don't know. Like, I don't know what they would have gained out of him being dead. Now, all those chicks he was dissing got mad and lined him up. Yeah, because I don't necessarily think it was necessarily Illuminati. Like, some of the stuff that Kim and Samuel said was not wrong. It's just that a lot of people already chose not to like him. And he knew that. Like, to be honest, I feel like Kevin Samuels knew that people didn't like the way that he was saying stuff, because a lot of people can't really hear something straight. Like, when you're a straight shooter and you talk like that, a lot of people get mad and bothered. Like, a lot of women before Kevin Samuels came up and he started doing his thing, it was a lot of women and men, but a lot of women who were like delusional. Like, you got to think about it. Social media had been around, as an example, social media had been around since, I say, a good strong, let's say 20 years when he first came on the scene. Social media, I'm talking about the Instagram. You know what I'm saying? Like, Instagram particularly. So, like, Instagram started off kind of harmless. But then it started to get to a point where a lot of girls was really getting their head big because of a few things. And Kevin Samuel spoke on it. He spoke on it from the men's position, and he spoke on it with women's position. He said the reason why some of these women are seemingly delusional up here is because nobody's telling you the truth. There will be some girls who really are acting like they're a supermodel 10 and they're like a 4. And the reason why they do that is because some of y'all niggas, which is what Kevin Samuel said, he said some of y'all niggas, all of y'all are trying to do the same thing. Y'all are thinking the same thing. Y'all are gassing up the low-hanging fruit because y'all have a higher probability of trying to hit, because y'all aren't high-value men. Like, he hit on both sides. He said the men, y'all aren't high-value men. And y'all keep diving into these 4s DMs, wanting to fuck and smash and do all kind of stuff to them, and it gasses up their head. And they already are getting gassed up by their homegirls who are saying, girl, you look cute, girl, you da da da, like, you know what I'm saying? So now we had like it was a time in society where a lot of ugly bitches really had the self-esteem and self-confidence of a pretty girl, and then you talk to a girl who's actually pretty and she has the self-esteem of somebody who's ugly, and like, you know what I'm saying? And Kevin Samuels was just giving to you guys on both sides. Like, he was trying to get rid of the delusion and tell the men to step up y'all game, because if y'all actually value yourselves and actually worked hard on yourselves, then y'all can actually gain a true 10, you know what I'm saying, a true 7 or better. You know what I'm saying? Like, he kind of touched on both sides, but I feel like because of how truthful he was at that time, it wasn't a warm conversation. Like, people got extremely offended because he was speaking the truth. People wanted to hear that fluffy stuff. They wanted to hear, like, oh girl, like, you can get a high value man with, like, a lot of the stuff, like, okay, sometimes there's always going to be somebody who's going to be a nuanced situation. Sometimes some people are going to be, you know what I'm saying, they're not going to be part of the common statistic of the profiling of that person. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes you meet a girl and she's not a looker at all, and she has a man that loves her and is like, he's making so much money. I have seen a lot of those examples actually. So Kevin Samuels never really, in my opinion, based off of what I did tune in and see, I don't think he really was like, I don't think he was really telling women that it can't ever happen. Sometimes he was saying that, but he was more so trying to tell people like, to get the probability right, you need to do this, this, and this. So yeah. You lucky you a solid 8-9, my world. Thank God for that. You could have been. Okay. Anyway. So, but yeah, a lot of these niggas is delusional, like, and honestly, a lot of niggas have low self-esteem. That's why you can see somebody who's a celebrity and you keep seeing them around a caliber of a person, and you're wondering like, why does somebody who's like you know what I'm saying, like, because sometimes like it just depends. And I'm not talking about like, I feel like I randomly saw a conversation of people talking about like the circus. I'm not talking about the circus necessarily, but you know. So yeah. You think it's envy? What you mean? You think people was envying Kevin Samuels? It probably was a level of envy, but I don't think nobody particularly gained off of his social media presence being removed. You know what I'm saying? Like there's nobody else who started to do Kevin Samuels necessarily. Like I have seen guy dating coaches, and they all seem to be copying other women dating coach content, and I think they're gay. But after Kevin Samuels had a lot of haters, so I don't see anybody who was trying their hardest to like hop in his shoes. It's a fad. It's meaning the BBL. Unfortunately, there are dudes who went that fake. Simple. I don't really understand why you said it though. If I was a mod, that bum would be blocked. JJ, you just need so much attention. It's exhausting. Jewel, I hope you make it big time. I can make it big time at any point in time that I want to. But that's all I'm gonna say. Dating is a roller coaster of emotions regardless of the person. Not always the case, but it could be. What kind of cereal did I eat? I had I don't know, mini wheats or something. Yeah, but in general, why are we judging the relationship based on looks only? That's reality. Every time you walk out your house, like, okay, anybody who grew up around old school people, if you grew up around old school people, a lot of old school people used to be telling the truth when they used to say, as soon as you walk out this house, you represent yourself, you represent your mama and your daddy. AKA, people are instantly going to judge the way that you look and you present yourself. I feel like there's this trend that has bled over into all areas of life. There was this trend where people wanted people to stop judging everybody based off of their looks. That whole movement of stop judging people based off of their looks, it doesn't actually take away the fact that people still are going to judge you. People still are. You do it, everybody does it. The reason why I know for a fact everybody judges people based off their looks is because I wouldn't have people in my comments hating towards me if they weren't judging. You know what I'm saying? So why is society superficial? Welcome to America. America is one of the most superficial countries. Welcome to America. Why does dating have to be like that? It's the way the system is set up right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like sometimes people get so frustrated with the way the system's set up, which I understand. However, a lot of times, similar to what Kevin Samuels was doing was, so I think, I feel like he was trying to educate people on the reality of the system. You know what I'm saying? the societal construct or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just the way it is. Like, why when some bad girls go to the club, why do some people have pretty privilege? It just is what it is. Like, if anybody who tells you looks does not matter in this society, you have to take that with a grain of salt, because to some extent it does matter, but sometimes it's situational. I know for me, a woman taking care of herself and paying attention for me is better for me than a queen with trash attitude. I mean, I can say I agree, but some people, a lot of people do not care about people's personalities and their character and their ethics and their morals. Everybody doesn't care about that, sad to say. I mean, I feel like we might potentially lean towards a shift to where people start valuing it more, because when you have an abundance of a shitty trash type of person, when you have an abundance of that everywhere, like for instance, let's look at celebrity culture. There's like an abundance of these superficial, they have nothing to offer as celebrities and shit, and it's like people are tired of it. It's nothing that these people can do to make people give a fuck about them. They can study somebody they can watch and study somebody who actually has that factor, that it factor, and they can pretend to be it, but because of who they are, it's just who they are. People just won't fuck with it. You know what I'm saying? People just won't fuck with it. And that's just the reality of life. That's the reality of society. And I realized that on live stream, not only is there a lot of superficial people, there's a lot of people who aren't educated. A lot of people can't really have educated conversations, because a lot of people's conversations is based on kind of like silly, low vibrational stuff. Who's competing with who? You know what I'm saying? Who got money from this nigga or not? You know what I'm saying? Who hit or who didn't? Who's been, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of people, they really gravitate towards a lower type of conversation. That's why they can't keep up. That's why some people, you'll see one comment up here that they'll say something, and then the next comment is left field, because they can't really, they don't really understand. You know what I'm saying? Instagram definitely magnified comparison is the thief of joy. It's 2026 and I'm still pulling my dick out for Harambe. I don't care. You like my hair? Thanks, boo. Did my onion grow? Yes. Did my onion grow? Yes. Hold on, let me blow my nose. Give me a second. Sorry, I had to blow my nose. But yeah. Am I growing an onion? My onion just so happened to just grow. I didn't know I was growing one. Lack and describe. Please. But yeah. Anywho's. What must be cold for something? I understand what you're saying, but why look for the corrupted percentage if you consider yourself on the other side? You know each side talks about the other side, right? To some extent. Each side doesn't actually fuck with the other side. People who are corrupted, they look at other people who aren't corrupted and they're disgusted by them. That's partly why, but the way that they go about it is, I'm gonna teach this person a lesson. People who are corrupted, they look at people who aren't corrupted like them, who don't do the same shit, and they think, oh, it's my job to teach this person what life really is about. And people who aren't corrupted oftentimes look at people who are corrupted and say, do this person not know the consequences of living a lifestyle like that? So the reality is, if you don't know, is that each side doesn't like the other side. Naturally, it's biblically. You can find it in the Bible. There's a Bible verse, look it up. There's a Bible verse that talks about how good does not like evil. I'm paraphrasing it the way that I'm trying to. You know what I'm saying? So why are we talking about it? It's a natural conversation, to be real. If you were to sit with corrupted people, I promise you at some point they're going to talk about somebody who's not like them. And they're going to talk about them like they're disgusted. Oh, Julrae thinks that she's going to do this and this by being like this. And she doesn't do this and this. She's so stupid. Head in the clouds. She's an idiot. She's dumb. She's still waiting for it. You know what I'm saying? They're disgusted by it. That's on both sides though. Because the people who aren't corrupted, a lot of times they have wisdom, hopefully. People who are wise and uncorrupted, they understand what the forward consequences will be for those people who are corrupted. And that right there is all the difference in my opinion. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's none of anyone's job to correct people's life choices. Whatever. Whatever. That's not how life goes. The reality is that's not how life goes. A lot of times people be personally offended by things that you would have thought somebody made up. People think, like, there's some people who have a cause. And that right there is lacking in society, because there's so many people who lack passion, drive, and a cause, because they don't know who they are. They don't know what they represent. So a lot of these lackluster people who don't have shit to offer society, they get so offended. You wouldn't believe how many people say to me or have said to me in life, "You're thinking too deep into it." But in reality, they're not thinking enough about anything. So whenever I hear people say stuff like that, like, "Oh, well, who cares? I don't think people should care." The people who think people shouldn't care is the reason why society is fucked up the way it is. Like, what the hell? And it's so crazy because for some reason, people who have a lack of care, they have no drive, no passion, they have no sense of self. There's nothing that they wake up and they have a fire to do, a desire to do. Their life is shit. Their life is stagnant. Their life is unfulfilling. Those people, for some reason, want other people who don't live their life like that to chill out. Chill out. You need to make me feel more comfortable. Every time you're over there, Julrae, you say and you break down things so effortlessly and you say it how it is. Every time you're over there and you're shining, you make me feel some type of way. I think that you should just calm down. Maybe you're bothered. Maybe you're triggered. Gaslighting. That right there is like, it's kind of like gaslighting in a way, because the reality is, if they were to be honest, they're saying you're making me uncomfortable. So I'm trying to make you seem like you're doing too much because I'm too less. Like, please, let's cut the bullshit. Wow, your verbiage crazy, gang. Thanks. You should open a church. Maybe. I'm just saying, like, I don't these are the same type of people that I've been talking about, ironically, this whole live stream. For some reason, people who offer themselves as a spectacle to us, meaning if you don't really vibe correctly with what the fuck is going on here, and you're just here to talk about how you don't like it and how things should change and people should stop being what they are over here, this is not your real authentic space. You're not going to stop shit over here. And I think a lot of times people assume that they're going to be able to affect you enough to stop. You know what I'm saying? Like, why do you, like, I literally had somebody one time, because I'm very perceptive. I'm very discerning. I see a lot of things first that a lot of people don't see. That's a lot of times why I choose to talk about certain things. Some stuff won't ever really be discussed until a person like me talks about it. I know my role in society. I know my place in society. So when I open my mouth and I choose to talk about certain things, it's a reason. It's effective, actually, as well. But can you believe there was somebody one time in my life who said to me, I saw something happening that was going to happen to them, and it wasn't hard for me to figure it out. I just noticed something, and I said something to them about it, and they said, I think you're thinking too deep into it. I think you care too much. So what I said to that person was, I said, oh, okay, because I'm not going to force the people who can't see, who can't hear, who can't think, you know what I'm saying, the deaf and blind. I'm not going to try to awaken somebody who's forcing their eyes shut. I'm not going to wake somebody up who's saying that light is too bright, and they're going to get mad at me when I'm the one actually doing them a favor by waking them up so that they don't get snuck in the night. I'm not going to waste my time on those people. So when that person said to me, "Oh, I think you're looking too deep in it. You care so much." Oh, okay. And guess what happened? Everything that I said that was going to happen to them, it happened to them. But some people are so stuck in their pride, like that person as an example. Some people are so stuck in their pride, they're not going to ever come back around necessarily and say, "Hey, what you said was right. It actually happened." No, because they are too insecure to begin with to accept something that would help them. They're too unaware of themselves and how life works to be able to accept something that's outside of what they feel like things should be. So you know what I'm saying? So, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, like I said earlier, they're operating on a lower level. I've had so many people who literally in conversations, because they can, like some people can instantly detect my intellect. Oh my gosh, I really wish there was a way that I could hide it at times. No, seriously. When I was younger, I used to try to hide, I guess, how smart I was, because as a kid, you can kind of see how other people react once they start realizing stuff. So I kind of just try to tone it down. I just start making jokes. You know what I'm saying? If you make jokes all the time, people automatically, when you make jokes all the time, people automatically think that you're an idiot, by the way. For some reason, by the way, I have a family member that is a Kings of Comedy comic. And I'm not here to try to say that he's necessarily a smart person or not, because let him tell it. He would try to say that he's not that smart. I guess it's part of, I don't know if it's part of the, you know what I'm saying? The bit, whatever. But anyways, it's just interesting because when you start telling jokes, I feel like that helps people think like, "Oh, she's an idiot." So when I was younger, there were some people who never would ever assume that I'm actually smart, even though the proof is there. Even though there's things that only smart people do. There's certain results that only smart people get. They will never give me that credit because they're so closed-minded or boxed in as a person to the point where they can't ever determine there could be more to a person than what they see. You know what I'm saying? When people don't like you, they will not take heed in life. Depends on it. Time out. Which Kings of Comedy? Cedric the Entertainer or Steve Harvey? I'm related to Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey's on my dad's side of the family. It's funny because like my dad's side of the family, they like there's no there's no dream that I could say that my dad's side of the family would not believe I can achieve it. That isn't that crazy? And I feel like part of the reason why is because there's an actual celebrity on that side of the family. My last name's not Harvey though, so like it's a story. But you know what I'm saying? Can you do a Steve Harvey impression? No. I didn't. By the way, my parents, my dad's from Cleveland, Ohio, right? My parents are from Cleveland, Ohio, but I grew up in Virginia. I didn't even grow up that close to that side of the family, but I would visit them a lot. So like I've been to family reunions. I have like the t-shirts where it says Harvey family reunion. let me show you. I have pictures with the family members, but let me see. I'm gonna type it in. I took a picture of this t-shirt in 2017, but you see what I'm saying? This t-shirt was when we had the family reunion in Chicago, Illinois. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Do a good survey says. You know what's funny? When celebrities found out I was related to him, do you guys remember when you randomly saw like rappers, like girl rappers on Steve Harvey's Family Feud and stuff? This is what I'm trying to say. When these corny ass celebrities that watch me like that, a lot of them I think are corny as shit, bro. When they're watching me and they find out stuff about me, that's when they start doing weird shit. So like if you guys remember, I'd say like the past like few years, like there's been like a lot of random celebrities that never would have went on Family Feud this early in their careers. When you start seeing that, it's because they found out like that I was related to him. and they're like sucking my dick hard. Like they want to be me. They want to do everything I do. You know what I'm saying? Crazy how you avoid the real people but talk to bots. Boy, shut the fuck up. People ask me stupid simple questions in spite. Sometimes people feel like they're trying to some people are trying to be sarcastic, so they say something backhanded to you, but it is what it is. The closest nigga I'm related to is the Captain Now guy from Captain Phillips. I don't know who that is. I watch his game show sometimes. True. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, when people found out I was related to him, they was like, they started doing weird shit. Even even this one guy who's related to that one lady. No, not related. Even that one guy that's married to that one lady. You know what I'm saying? The New York and the country bumpkin. You know who I'm talking about? Even that guy, he went out his way. Like, he felt some type of way. As soon as he learned that I was related to him, he felt some type of way. Because he thought my cousin was going to give me money. The camel from New York. Do y'all know who I'm talking about, right? When he found out, I don't know what his obsession is with trying to stop me from making money. Him and the country bumpkin bitch that can't read. I don't know what exactly is their obsession with them trying to stop me from making money. But when they found out I was related to him, the nigga from New York, if y'all remember, he was on somebody's podcast. I don't know if it was Kevin Hart or somebody else. And he was on their podcast and he went out his way to say, I don't give family members money. But his intention of saying that is he was so scared that, oh my gosh, she has a family member that is in the business and makes money and he's gonna give her money, and she's asking. He tried to paint a picture like I was begging for money or some shit. Like, nigga, sit the fuck down. Like, that nigga from New York, I promise you, like, he's an idiot. He thinks he's so smart, but he's dumb, bro. In relation to him trying to get in my way, he's dumb. The Jamie Foxx show will always be my fave. True. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I like to some extent. I do like comedy, so I do fuck with it. But I just think it's interesting. The old guy with the wig. Yes. The jig is up, Pat. The jig is up. He got so, when he found out I was related to him, he got so scared that he hurried up and he hopped on an interview to talk about how he doesn't go out his way to give family members money, because he thought that because I revealed to people that was my cousin, that I was going to ask him for some money. Now, how fucking scared and pressed do you have to be? How scared and pressed do you have to be to try your hardest to what you think is block money flow from a family member that I'm not asking for anything? I'm not asking anything from them. Like, I don't, like, you know what I'm saying? Them, like, the jig is up. The jig and the country bumpkin that can't fucking read, they're so fucking terrified of anything that I do. It's really ridiculous. It's kind of funny to me. I laugh at it a little bit, because it's like, why do you care that much? Like, if it's really about me getting some money so they think, I can do some shit. I can do some other shit too. I can do some other shit too if you want. Like, let me know something. But anyways, I just think it's interesting. Like, a lot of people, they really be, you know what I'm saying? Me personally, there's like a lot of people who are older than me, and that nigga's older than me. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of people who are older than me that I have noticed that take an interest in trying to stop me from getting better in life. Like, out of all the people who have ever tried to halt my process in life or try to make me not see who I am in life, it's always somebody who's older than me. And because I seen that at a young age, it you know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing new. The sun's still coming up tomorrow. The sun's still gonna come up tomorrow. I know it. I see it. You know what I'm saying? It don't stop nothing per se. It just, I feel like personally for me in my life, because I can't necessarily speak on other people, for me in my life, the different people who have tried to see themselves as an enemy to me, it lets me know the level I'm at. That's how I can all the way gauge what level I'm already actually at. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because certain people just aren't going to bother you because you're nowhere near a threat. But, you know, it is what it is. Yeah, somebody said you ain't winning if you don't got haters, Julrae. Exactly. And, you know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. It just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? ain't nothing gonna stop with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I still got a full life ahead of me to live and to experience and to do great, marvelous things. That was told to me since I was young. You know what I'm saying? It was told to me when I was young. Cause you know what I'm saying? Like, the Bible say, when the more that you seek, the more that you will find. But a lot of people don't take that process. Let's talk about this too, by the way. Let's talk about certain people who, for whatever reason, they don't really know how you're doing X, Y, and Z, but they see results and they feel like your results. You know, you ever seen somebody who you knew was like really talented at something or really good at something? There used to be a time in life where people used to like watch people who were very talented at something. Something came what seemingly looked like was natural. I felt like those were the people who were always the best at something. Something looked so, they made it look so easy. This day and age of life, there's so many people who are haters that when you make something look easy, they feel like that means that you don't deserve something. When did that happen? When did that switch up? Oh, I can tell you when it started to switch up. When people who are haters felt like they had the largest voice to determine what's going to happen for the next person. That's when things switched up. It used to be such a proud moment when you saw a little kid that could read at an academic level that was so beyond them. That used to be something that people used to applaud and say, "Oh my gosh, that baby was doing what? That baby gonna be somebody in life." It used to be like that. Nowadays, there's so many people who are actual haters who are looking to try to clip the growth of other people around them as if God stopped making people, as if God stopped making people who's going to do good in life. There's so many people who want to stop people's progress in life and they feel like they're the ones to do so. Blasphemous. These people aren't Jesus Christ. They're not the Messiah. They're not Jehovah. But that's blasphemous. That's exactly what Satan did in the heavens. Satan did the same thing in the heavens. He started feeling himself too much. You know what I'm saying? Start smelling himself too much. And then he said, "Oh, I'm better than you, God. I even convinced a third of heaven to be on my side. I convinced a third of heaven to say that I'm better than you." That's blasphemous. So I don't find it strange to see that same antichrist behavior in a lot of these people. And just going back to where I started off when I was making my point with this, is that it used to be a time in life where people used to do something spectacular. People used to do something amazing. And people used to clap for it and say, "Oh, that's so cool." But nowadays, there's so many people who are haters. There's so many people who are lazy. There's so many people who are operating out of, like, the 7 deadly sins. Like lust, murder, all of the 7 deadly sins. There's so many people who are operating. And shout out to one of my brothers. I was talking to him, and that's why I said 7 deadly sins. But yeah, they're operating from a system that's making them feel like they're doing what they need to do. They have convinced themselves that this is what they need to do. This is what they're supposed to do. This is why they're on earth. I just find it funny because God always gets the last laugh. The Most High God has always got the last laugh. And for some reason, even though some of these people are aware of, some of these people have read that book, some of these people have been to church services, some of these people have seen movies portray it, but for whatever reason, they feel like they're going to be the option. They're going to be the, exception. And God laughs. God sits in the heavens and he laughs. When the wicked people say, "Oh, look, this is in the Bible, by the way." When the wicked people look at God's people and they say, "Oh, look, this is God's person. This is a person of God. Let's beat on them. Let's destroy their stuff. Let's do this and this and that." And guess what it says in that verse? It says God sits in the heavens and he laughs. He scoffs at them. He knows that their day will come. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, have you guys ever been in a situation where a kid, there's 2 kids. One of the kids is super bad. And there's an adult that believes in what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. Have you ever seen a adult observe a bad kid do something to the good kid? And they say, "I got something for you"? Like, I guess this is old school. Like, God is similar. But bad, evil people, they seemingly feel like they get away with stuff for a long time. And I feel like that's the worst. Because that means that God is building a Rico on them. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes the feds will watch you. And they could go get you. But sometimes feds watch you and they wait until a certain moment. You know what I'm saying? They wait until it builds up to a certain moment to where they can really exercise the full extent of the law to take you down. And God is similar in that aspect, in that regard. Sometimes stuff happens real fast, but some stuff, the longer it takes for you to see the longer it is that an evil person feels like they're getting away with something, that is the worst. That means that blowback is going to be the worst. But you know, what do I know? What do I know? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? What do I know? It's not like I haven't seen this happen in real life before. Like, sometimes people, this is why the Bible always reminds people of God to not grow weary in doing good. And I know what it's like to be in those places of time of feeling like you're seeing people get away with doing all kinds of stuff that should be handled and nobody's handling it. The reason why the Bible says, people of God, do not grow weary in doing good, because there will be a time. The reason why the Bible says that is because it will. And the moment that things change, the moment that you get your justice, you're going to be in such a different place in life to where when you finally do receive the justice that you have been owed for so long, you're not even almost going to remember or care about what you had to go through. It will be a badge of honor at that point. It will be a badge of honor at that point that you suffered for how long you suffered. I have heard people talk about how, oh yeah, I was going through this situation in my life for 20 years. And then God was telling me like, oh, things are going to change. Things are going to change. And then eventually God did change those things for them. And whenever you hear those types of people and you hear their testimony, those people are, once God does it for them, they're not worried about how long it took per se. They're telling their story like a badge of honor, like I went to war. There's joy, like there's a lot of joy that you can literally choose to have. If you're still in whatever place you're at in life, there's a certain level of joy that you can have right now, and you can access it because you know that you will have your time, you will have your day. That's how the laws of this system works. That's how the laws of this place works. You know what I'm saying? So you're saying don't grow weary in doing the good things. Don't grow weary of being a good person, because I promise you, there is a mass, there's a large propaganda. There's a large propaganda that's trying to sway as many people as possible to go over to the other side and to be evil and malicious and to corrupt your soul and to corrupt your spirit. And everybody who makes those decisions aren't over there for a long time, sad to say. Maybe the advice is productive and helpful. She may not like it, but folks are hollering at you, leave them alone. You hit a stroller 3 years, followers. I don't know who that person is. After a long time, you came back to your channel. I've been back. I think you know a lot because I'm a cougar. It's not hard to know a lot of things in life. It's not hard to know a lot of things in life depending on what you prioritize in life. There's a lot of people who are prioritizing stuff that literally means nothing. Sometimes those things are fun for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? There's some people who only prioritize having fun. They're looking for stimulation that involves having fun, feeling good. And there will always be a group of people who are prioritizing having fun and feeling good. And there will always be a smaller group of people who are going to prioritize things that are actually going to benefit them in life and benefit them in the future. But a lot of times, the people who only care about fun are going to laugh at those kids. You're going to laugh at them. They're going to say, oh, I guess you're going to wait for your day for when that benefits you in the future, but that's you, not me. That's how that works. Like, what the heck? Like the stream if you remember the Julrae official days. I might go back over there. Knowledge about being a cougar can be Googled. My thing is this. There will always be people who are operating at an expertise that other people never took the time to dive into. And that's okay. I feel like we should be okay with that. Because when I walk into a person who has an expertise on whatever field of study that they're in, I'm expecting them to know what they know. I'm expecting them to know what they know. Because I'm putting a certain level of trust in those people. So, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully there's no haters in the chat, which we know that they probably are. Hopefully there's no haters in the chat that get offended that certain people know what they know, and why do they know what they know and I don't know what they know? Because it's a slippery slope. I have seen some people go down a slippery slope where they're coveting what somebody has so much, they will do the most devious things to try to harness it. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to be thieves at a maximum level. So, yikes. Could you imagine somebody trying to go to witchcraft to try to know what you know? Does that even make sense? Like, when you really think about it, you say that out loud. Does that really make sense? I want to know exactly what this person knows. What? So you went to witchcraft to try to have this person's intelligence? You know what I'm saying? Hopefully nobody's in that level of desperation. Hopefully nobody's operating in that level of desperation where you need to have something that bad. Jewel, could you date a guy who has the cooking granny arms? I have noticed that the guys who have the cookie granny arms are typically like 60 plus. They're bigger and they're like 60s plus, and they don't move around that much, or they lost a lot of weight. Those are the type of guys that I have seen. There's this one guy, he's not necessarily my friend. I'm not going to call him my friend per se, but there was this guy that I went to school with, and he had like a lot of saggy skin, but I don't actually know why he had saggy skin, because I think sometimes when you lose weight very rapidly, it can happen. But he had like saggy skin, and so he went to go get lipo, and they gave him like the line. They gave him like the line on his arm, because he like had a lot of skin removed, and he was kind of small, so it kind of threw me off. Like he never was like over 200 something pounds, I don't think. So it kind of like was crazy. I'm gonna get some arms like that and cook for you. I'm your welcome back to. But yeah, I forgot why he said that he had so much saggy skin, but I think he said something like the doctor said that sometimes it just is. I don't know if he said genetic or something, but some people are more prone to, I guess, saggy skin, which is interesting, I guess. Hello from friends, bonjour. So-called witchcraft was common practice amongst black people. Once the enemy saw his power, they outrealized. I feel like people feel like only black people ever dabbled in witchcraft, as if like some people really truly believe witchcraft was derived from the black people only in the motherland. There's a lot of people who are operating in witchcraft from all over, all kinds of cultures, and everybody. A lot of people was operating in witchcraft. So I don't know why people keep bringing it up as if, like, I think people want to so bad use slavery as like a mind control. People want to make it seem like slavery, that the Bible is mind control against slaves, when in reality it had little to do with the Bible per se. And when you read the Bible, you actually can get insight about slavery. You can actually see about slavery. When you learn more about God, when you learn more about Jesus, and you stop trying to, like, some people do not want to know who Jesus was. So the first thing that they think of when they think of Jesus is that white man's face. They're not reading in the Bible how he had bronze skin and cotton white. You know what I'm saying? Some people aren't really they don't really know who Jesus was. They know what religion looked like. So for some reason, they don't see themselves in that book at all. They think, oh, the white man was brainwashing us, da 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 da. And I feel like it's a certain level of propaganda. Slavery really did a number on people. Slavery really did a number on black people. They gave a rendition of the Bible. They didn't teach the slaves how to read and write. Even, you know what, let me back it up. Even if somebody right now were to walk into a room full of children, because that's basically the educational level that they were on in respect to reading and writing. If you were to give children the King James Bible version right now and told them to read it, how much do you think they're going to be able to pull from that book without some type of divine intervention? Without some type of divine intervention. A lot of times having the proper instruction, a lot of times having a person to be able to lead you properly is the thing also that is needed. So imagine if you have somebody who's leading you and they're leading you down the wrong path. It doesn't matter what they use. They can use the Bible and try to lead you down the wrong path. You're going to be misled. You're going to be abused. You're going to be abused. You know what I'm saying? But for some reason, people have a hard time digesting that. A lot of times people have a hard time digesting it because if they really use their heart of hearts to tell you the truth, their heart of hearts is, I like living the way that my life is now. I might not be happy with the way that my life is necessarily. I might not trust women. I don't like women. I like the benefits of women. I like to do this. I like to get money. I like to do drugs. I like to cheat. I like to steal. When people are in love with their lifestyle, they're going to use any excuse in the world to say why they're not going to find out who Jesus is. Because they feel like I have to give up that to have that. Which to some extent it is true, but some people don't even want to, they don't want to value it right now. They want to keep putting it back, throwing it back. You know what I'm saying? Pushing it back. Which I think is a little bit dangerous at times. Sorry. But yeah. Like what? Somebody said, what's the second book they gave slaves? But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, people want to continuously use the Bible as the white man who implemented slavery's form of control. When in reality, if they were the people who were able to understand who God was in the Bible and their intuition, shout out to Tune for the gift. The people who were actually able to, you know what I'm saying, understand those things, that's what helped them in life. Like, that's what helped a lot of them. Maybe there's a reason why maybe it's a reason why somebody was corrupt enough and evil enough. Why is it that the evil lived in a certain type of person and they try to turn you away from something that can help you? Nobody thinks about that? Nobody thinks about that? Nobody thinks about that. You don't particularly see people who try to convince you to stop you from necessarily doing certain things. You know what? I'm not gonna go there right now. So you about to switch over. Witchcraft comes from the fallen angels. Thank you. And watchers were responsible for that. Witchcraft, Anunnaki, the sons of God, the daughters of man, Lilith, Namai, and Zilith. Yeah, the fallen angels came down here. They were teaching the humans. They were mating with the humans. They were teaching the humans witchcraft. They were teaching the humans all of these things. Fallen angels. They were the same people who were kicked out of heaven. They were the third that was kicked out of heaven. They were the third that thought they were more powerful than and better than God. Those are the people who taught humans. They corrupted humans. They're responsible for women who wear makeup. They taught women how to wear makeup. They taught women how to be corrupted as well. But for some reason, we're blaming who? Just the white man and slavery? That's what we're blaming? I guess. I feel like it's a little bit deeper than that. I'm good. How are you? Hi, how are you? But yeah, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Some people, they have nothing better. What do you guys think? What do you guys think about the people who have, I wear makeup so you contribute? To some extent, I have eyelashes on and I filled in my eyebrows and I have a lip gloss on. So to some extent, but not really. You have to really read the context of that part of the Bible to really understand why I even mentioned that. Because it wasn't so much about women wearing makeup, it was more so about they taught women how to manipulate men. But for some reason, we're still just blaming Eve in the garden for manipulating men. When reality is, fallen angels came down and they started teaching people to be corrupted. Period. They taught witchcraft to people. They mated with them. They raped humans, and they had all these deformed, you know what I'm saying, offspring. Do you think God stays away because he's embarrassed of what he's created? God does not stay away from everybody. I don't think people realize why they're here on earth. You're here on earth to choose in your hearts who you want to be with. The same way that in heaven, before all of this, the same way in heaven God allowed those angels to pick a side. Are you going to be with me or are you going to go with Satan? God, we're here on this earth with free will. That means that we're able to do a lot of things without somebody just telling us what to do. But we're presented the option on if we do this and if we don't do this. People take that free will as a way to say, oh, I don't need God. And God is such a loving God that he allows people to make that decision, even though he knows it's going to destroy them. So God does not stay away from everybody. I feel God says the more that you draw to him, the more that he will draw to you. God's not staying away from everybody. A lot of people don't really understand a lot of different things. And I'm not trying to say that in this moment to look down upon people necessarily. But I feel like you get understanding the more you start seeking things out. The more you start seeking understanding is the more that you will start to figure it out. What up? What up? Woo! I keep burping. Yeah. You said that makes sense? That's my understanding of it. God, like, as much as people feel like God is so strict, to some extent, God is so loving that he actually lets you live your life. People say, God, I want to make my own decisions. I want to live my life. And God actually is so loving that he says, you know what? Even though I know better than you and what's best for you, I'm going to let you live your life. You know? Being a black Christian is an ultimate to your ancestors. What do you mean by that? I don't understand. Then tell her that she looks good without makeup. Tell her herself. Let me take you out to dinner. You gotta pay though. Hell no. What the fuck? So you want me to lower my standards to a man who can't pay for dinner? What the fuck? I'm supposed to put a pause on my day because somebody wants to hang out with me, but I have to pay? Get out of here. There's a meeting in Ooh. So girl, please don't be late. Sometimes I have fun with the idea that, you know how there's sneaky people who are online and they're in the shadows and they try to send you negativity. They try to wish negativity against you and stuff like that. Sometimes I have fun because I am aware that those people exist. So because I'm aware that those people exist, I do my own spiritual thing. You know what I'm saying? Because I know there's almost a guarantee that those people exist. Especially when you talk about certain things. So because I know that those people exist, I do my own prayers about those people. And you know what? The Bible says, I do not suffer a witch to live. So, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? The Bible don't suffer a witch to live. So, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You're gonna pass out for hunger? Why? Ifa, he from Atlanta. Hold on. Tonight your black t-shirt is beautiful. Thank you. Whoa, Pat. A man that can't pay for dinner is trying to date, got bad survival skills. I can't even trust that he got my back. Is the weather cold over there? The weather's not cold over here, but I was around somebody who had a cold. And they got a cold because of the same thing that I think helped me get a cold is what got them a cold. So like they was sleeping under a fan and the fan was like cold. So they got a cold or something. And I don't necessarily have a cold per se, but I do have a stuffy runny nose. A man that can't pay for dinner is capping. No, he broke. He might be capping, but he definitely broke. You're sick? I'm not. I don't think I'm sick, but I do have. I do need to blow my nose. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because I know that there's people who sit in the cut and they watch certain people's stuff and they wish evil and negativity upon them. It's just so easy to do, like, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's so easy to rebuke that and to let God deal with it. You know what I'm saying? It's so easy to have your own angels go after those people and send all that negativity back. Because who they thought they was? Who they thought they was? Ask me what I didn't survive. Ask me all the stuff that I didn't survive. Why do I feel like one of your siblings got everyone else sick more than one time? It's always that one sibling. I didn't ever used to get sick that much though. The most that would happen is like maybe a runny nose, stuffy nose. But only a handful of times I can remember me actually being like sick, which is a blessing. My mom, like none of us really get sick that much. We're all covered under the blood. The blood. Your hair looks good, girly. Thank you. As long as you ain't an ass, you won't be timed out pretty. Slavery was way more disturbing than you were taught. I try to tell people on this channel about it. So I'm supposed to believe generations after generations of my ancestors prayed to a God who consigned their torment. You should read the Bible and read about a certain type of people who were enslaved. Like what? People feel like slavery only existed in America. You can read in the Bible they enslaved the Egyptians. Where's Egypt in? Africa. The Egyptians were slaves back in the day. And God has a story about Moses and how Moses freed the slaves. Like what the hell? Are people dumb? Are people not informed? Slavery has been everywhere because there's a lot of Asian cultures that were enslaved. There's a lot of people who've experienced slavery, but for some reason people are always talking about ancestors. There's ancestors in the Bible who were enslaved, and there were ancestors in the Bible who helped free them. There were other people who were allies to God's chosen people that helped free the slaves as well. But nobody wants to talk about that. Nobody wants to talk about that. Nobody wants to talk about how God raised up somebody, sent them to Egypt. God raised somebody who was an orphan. When you really study Moses, study Moses and come back to me and then let's have a conversation. Jesus never claimed to be God. He did. He said, I'm the son of God. And that is partly why people had a problem with him back in the day. Jewel got a couple slaves tied up in the basement, but not really slaves. Y'all are funny. They're not slaves because they like it. Tune in the sweatshop. Like what the heck? There's like majority of the Bible and a lot of the stories in the Bible is over there in the Middle Eastern area in Africa. But for some reason we think our ancestors aren't in the Bible. You don't think your ancestors are written about in the Bible? Interesting. You don't think God took the time to write about how he raised somebody up to help free your ancestors in the Bible? Like what the heck? Like, do you guys feel like God is the reason why evil is here when we just talked about how Satan is what's corrupting everything? God is so loving that when Satan wanted to revolt against God and do his own thing, God said, you know what? You're going to get destroyed in the end, but I'm going to let you have it. The evil needs to be blamed in the right place, which is Satan. But nobody wants to blame Satan for the evil. Nobody wants to blame the white devil for the evil. Nobody wants to blame where evil actually exists. You keep looking to the goodness, and it shows. Somebody can do good to you, and the one moment they tell you no, now you want to talk about them like a dog. But you still keep your homeboy over that don't do shit for you. You still hanging around that homeboy that don't do shit for you, and he be fucking the bitches that you like. But you give him a pass. You give him a pass, but God is the reason why your life sucks, right? But nobody wants to blame who actually is the person doing the evil. It's so easy to blame the good guy. It's so easy to blame the good guy. The weirdo James guy is in the chat. Hey, he said he was on his last scrap with God. Dog pound is crazy. Doggy Bones said change the whips. It's like, no, it do. God is more powerful than Satan, but you need to read that book to know more about him. And then you need to learn why things are the way that they are. Because if you don't have a good idea as to why things are the way that they are, or if you're not even seeking the answers, I see why you're blaming God for this and that. I see why you don't believe black people were in the Bible. Like what? You're not doing your own study. You're not reading the book. You're not trying to figure it out. When in reality, not trying to be funny, a lot of the Egyptians in the Bible at times the Egyptians in the Bible were actually corrupt people sometimes. Sometimes the Egyptians in the Bible were actually corrupt people. Which is your ancestor, by the way. But God still freed them. Their trigger accounts probably trolls and looks more like YouTube sins them. YouTube. Their trigger accounts also their questions like why you look like Bin Laden. I've already read the book. I used to be a campus minister. Then the stuff I'm providing to you shouldn't be foreign to you. It shouldn't be foreign then if that's the case. If that's the case, it shouldn't, you know what I'm saying? It should be an eye-opener for you then. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why people want to so bad talk to certain Christians and try to make them not believe in something that they don't even take the time to know if they believe in it or not. Like, what the heck? Yes, somebody says Satan has the power to rule this realm and influence the Garden of Eden. He's more powerful than y'all know. Satan has a level of power, but I want to say this. Over this world, Satan does have a lot of power. He's not the all-powerful, though. The Most High God is still the all-powerful. But Satan absolutely is said in the Bible that he does have a certain level of power. He has a certain level of it. It's a certain level. It's very limited. It's limited, the type of power he has here. But when you operate and when you start working with him, he tricks you. He's tricking you the whole time. So it's like, it's not an honest deal that you're getting with him. You keep talking about who created Satan, who created Satan. Are we going to get past that? If you have a kid, if you create a kid right now, and that kid grows up being the opposite of you, should we just look at the parent and be like, oh, well, who's the reason for this bad kid? Sometimes shit happens, bro. Like, what the heck? Y'all want to keep creating the good guy instead of actually locking up the person who's evil. Like, what the hell? If you really study and read the Bible, God's always telling you he's going to equip you to be able to defeat the devil yourself. God tells you, if you join him, he will allow you and equip you to defeat the devil and his devices and his plans. But for some reason, are we not remembering that part? Did we not get informed about that part? For some reason, we're just gonna blame God for all the evil in this world, when in reality, the person that the entity that's creating the most havoc is just scot-free. Like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like people don't realize Satan has a certain level of intelligence. There's probably a reason why you don't look at the devil for the evil things happening in this world. And you just want to blame God. But God tells you that he will never leave you or forsake you. He tells you that he will have you armored up. He tells you that you will be able to trample over the serpent and the scorpion. God's always telling you about your power. God's trying to remind you of the power that you have in him. And Satan's just trying to trick you to believe that God doesn't have any power and he's the one with the power and you should go with him and be evil. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, Julrae, just being the devil's advocate, pun intended. It's a losing side. So I see, you know what I'm saying? You probably are having some level of fun for a limited time, but it's a losing side. Satan and angel, don't ever forget. Exactly. He's very deceptive. He's very crafty. People underestimate him. He's the person that's trying to tell you that good is evil and evil is good. Can you please help me find the statement that the devil has powers? So search up the Bible verse that says who rules the earth. Who rules the world? Because it talks about how Satan has a certain level of domain. And certain level of his domain is here on this earth. God has the ultimate supreme power. That's why when you finished out the book of the Bible, you see his power being exercised all throughout the Bible and especially in the end. The Bible says God is omnipotent. Satan would be done with in a logical scenario. Satan doesn't have the same level of power that God has. He's very limited. But he does exercise a certain level of power, and a lot of it is smoke and mirrors. A lot of Satan's power is illusions and it's being tricky. It's tricking you. It's tricking people. Satan operates in a way where he wants to have people be blinded to the truth, confused by the truth, and he wants to have them destroy themselves. Destroy other people in the process. Even better for him. That is what Satan is trying to exercise his power to do. He wants people to stick up their middle finger at God, because that's what he did. And he's upset because he's never going to be allowed into heaven. And he's going to be thrown in the lake of fire in the end. So it's kind of like let's say you was in a classroom. Let's say you was in a classroom of I don't know, 6. Let's say it was 6 people and it's a camp. Let's say it's a camp and it's 6 people. And they say, oh, all 6 of you guys will win $1 million, but one of the kids got kicked out. You don't think that one kid is not pissy and he's trying to make y'all lose y'all money or trick y'all out y'all money or cause y'all to stumble or cause y'all to be you know what I'm saying? You ever play with somebody and they're a sore loser and they're trying to make you trip up and make you lose the game while you're still in the process? You're still a candidate to win something and they're not. That's kind of how Satan acts. He's no longer a candidate to go back to heaven. Everybody here on the live is a candidate to be able to choose to go to heaven. That's kind of what it is. It's about time, because the Most High created the problem. He should decreate the problem. I mean, that's in the Bible. A lot of times people want certain things to happen right away. Like, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people want certain things to happen right away. And that's just not... I don't see how that being how it works right now. I used to get offended when people told me the black race is cursed. Now I legit believe it. You just sound, the whole time that you've been talking, you seem ignorant. You seem like you get off on trying to trigger people. You don't seem like you love yourself. You seem concerned about everybody else but yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, all of the stuff that you have contributed here today has been about other people. It hasn't really been about yourself or your well-being. So it makes sense why you're watching other people who are probably better than you, greater than you, doing things that you're not doing. So it makes sense. It's sad, but it makes sense. Just a good church service. I'm just saying, black race ain't cursed, never that. It's just so crazy because a lot of people, they're just saying stuff to trigger people. They're ignorant and they're expressing it. In the day of the internet, there's an age on the internet where being as ignorant as possible and trying to rage bait people is like currency for those people. They feel like they did something. Like, woohoo! Do you really think it's a heaven or hell? Yeah, I do. I do. I do. I apologize, Julrae. I'll stop commenting. I'm just a critical thinker. Oh, sure. If you want to call it that. If you want to call it a critical thinker, to be an asshole. To say the black race is cursed is just an excuse to not make it to where you want to be. Hell don't exist. I feel like heaven and hell exist. I definitely believe in it. So, if other people believe in it or not, that's not my business. Like, if other people don't want to believe in it, hey, sorry to hear that. You know what I'm saying? Sorry to hear that. If other people, whatever. But I'm about to get off the live in a second. If you can't believe in one and not the other, because everything, especially living here, this plane, everything about this life is good and evil, good and bad, light versus dark. So to say that in the afterlife you only believe in heaven and not hell, okay, seems like you're missing something. I think God wanted us to be best friends. I think so too, Toon, to be honest. Toon, I agree with you. Could we actually be living in hell? I don't necessarily think this is everybody's hell. Because some people sadly won't make it to heaven. Some people sadly won't make it to heaven, so this experience would have been the closest thing that they had to the option of heaven. You know what I'm saying? Why don't remember where we were prior to birth? I feel like there's a lot of reasons. I mean, I'm not here to be y'all AI. I'm not here to be you guys' AI, by the way. Y'all don't pay me, actually, to give you guys my level of intellect and insight. You're 100% still from Dollar General, I can tell. I don't know what you're trying to say, so it was a stupid joke. Yeah, some people are full of hate. You can't change them. Hell is physical form, how you suffer in the spirit. Just discovered this stream while doom scrolling on the pooper. Shout out to you. My people are destroyed due to lack of knowledge. And you're the one that's exercising ignorance the most, by the way. Read up about all of what it talks about a fool. Prior to birth, I was in my dad's nuts. Yeah, half of you was in your dad's nutsack. The other half was in your mom's ovaries. Because of what elites unleashed on earth. You're at Stefan, you at Denny's? Pat was in here earlier.
She bites off his head, but his body keeps mating anyway.
Hold on. You buying weed? Your memory before life was Denny's. If she steals from Dollar General, I must be Dollar General because she steals my heart every day. Oh, somebody said I look like I steal from Dollar General. Oh, wow. I haven't been in a Dollar General in a while. I saw a video on TikTok that said there's a lot of people who report Dollar Generals being haunted. What do y'all think about that? I kind of gotta pee. I ain't gonna lie, I kind of gotta pee, but I feel like somebody's in my bathroom. Woo! I need to get a new phone case, to be honest. So I need to prioritize that at some point. I don't know, but Paul said when he wants to do good. Oh yeah, the flesh is weak. You love me, Stefan? Stefan, love you too. Pat was in here earlier, but I don't know if he still is. You ordered a burger and fries? Okay. Girl, you still ain't been drinking. You look good sober. You can tell. Telling you can tell. I feel like somebody offers me to go out drinking with them or to hit a bottle like often. I feel like somebody offers me to drink often. You're drinking a Heineken? True. Give me a second, you guys. I'll be right back. Ooh, ooh, ooh. back. Oof. Oh, damn, I said that. Fuck any bitch. I want her Instagram now. James, I know that you can't fuck any bitch that you want because I just know it. Wait, what did Tune say? Yeah, I can tell I'm a drunk the fuck. Tune, I'ma take a small pause from it, but I'm gonna get back on it because, I ain't gonna lie. There was like a time period when I first stopped like drinking as much, and I feel like as soon as I stopped drinking, I feel like different things was happening in life that was kind of like a reason to go get lit. You know what I'm saying? And then I tried to ignore it. It was kind of hard at times. I tried to ignore it because I was like, I'm kind of on a streak. You know what I'm saying? A part of me only stopped kind of drinking as much because of No Name. James is lame. James, you gay. We all know. I'm thinking about becoming a Latter-day Saint. Is that a good thing to do to start? I'm not so sure, to be honest. Give me a second, you guys. Let me answer this. Julrae is my wife. Honey. I want to stay sober, Jewel. It looks better on you for real. Are you serious, Tune? Tune, are you just saying that? Are you just saying that? I'll be honest. I haven't really noticed completely the whole difference in me being sober, because I kind of miss. As it might sound really bad, but I kind of miss. I miss the chaos. I miss the controlled, fun type of vibe that comes with getting lit. I ain't gonna lie. Because whenever I used to get lit, it used to be kind of on the fun. Like I used to be having fun or something. And then like No Name was a good drinking buddy. Like I used to like having drinking buddies with you up here, like y'all sometimes up here. But No Name was a good drinking buddy too. So like sometimes I miss it. Sometimes I like avoid places where I know that I don't know if I'm going to, like, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes I just avoid places where it's gonna be like a lot of drinks, because I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I could still have fun without it, by the way. I could definitely still have fun without it, but a lot of places is when you become an adult, I feel like there's like a lot of places that's part of it. I appreciate you sharing your thoughts with me on the first question. Look, I like that, radio. No Name never better at drinking than me. He said craving it right now. I see it. Greetings from Kentucky. Hi. Yeah, falling down in the shower on live was fun. Y'all remember that? I feel like the Sir Adams guy he reminds me of Elijah's accounts, sort of. Go get that big box of wine. Y'all want me to start drinking piss again? The drinking piss days was kind of fun, I ain't gonna lie, up here on live with y'all. Because y'all are, what's wrong with y'all? Something is wrong with y'all. You can just be a former day saint and be a Christian. Mormons have levels of witchcraft? I didn't know that. Are you the enema girl? Yo, y'all know the reason why I started doing the enema tutorials? Do y'all want to know who? If you guys can guess, I'll confirm it. But if you guys can't guess it, then I'm not gonna confirm it. But there is one person in particular as to why I did the enema tutorials. There was one person that started off, and y'all would know who it is. Julrae, I've been a supporter of you for years. Sorry if I offended you tonight. It wasn't my intention. It's okay. But the way my first time on live from St. Louis, have a great night. Okay, look, hopefully we'll see you again. Jewel, subscribe to the channel. Jewel, where can I find a girl as cute as you? I'm asking for a friend. Just come to Virginia. Just go to Virginia, and you're gonna find you a cute girl. In my mind, you're gonna find you a cute girl on the East Coast. North Carolina got some cute girls, but you gotta. They're like diamond in the rough sometimes. Have I ever been a bully before? One time when I was very young, I like I feel like I had an experience that kind of was close to being a bully. And one time I was young, and we had went this is gonna sound so fucked up. One time I was young, and I was with my family. So it was like our family, and we went over to somebody's house, and they had a big family too, right? So everybody had somebody that was like their same age, basically. So there was this one girl, right? And she was like the same age as me. And so like we was playing or whatever, and then we was roughhousing. We would like roughhouse in the dark. We would like roughhouse, and for some reason they would want to turn the light off. And so like because we roughhouse it, I used to like slam the girl on the bed, and then like they'll turn on the light because she would start crying or something. That sounds so bad. That sounds so bad, but I felt bad for doing it because what exactly made me want to slam her? Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, but but it made me feel, I felt so bad about it. And then like because it was in the dark, nobody knew who it was. Like everybody was in the room, like the room was deep. And I personally my mama don't let us be all in a room with the light off unless we all playing a game like around the whole house or something. So I didn't like the fact that the lights was off anyway. So every time the light turned on, the girl crying, and nobody's around the girl, we're trying to figure out. She was like, somebody slammed me on the bed, and I think she like hit her head or something against the wall. I don't know. Something happened that didn't go good. And I felt bad. I ain't gonna lie. Nobody confessed to it, but I felt bad that I felt like I was bullying the girl. You know what I'm saying? Even though like we was all actually playing, she just was. I felt bad about that. I feel like that I was like literally a child. Like shout out to 8 pounds 6 ounce baby Jesus. Shout out to you for the gift. Thanks. But yeah, I felt bad. I felt so bad from that experience because even though I didn't outright, like some people bully people and it's like really, really bad, right? I felt like a bully. I felt like one because like it was their idea. I just didn't like it. Like I kept on asking them. I was like, why we gotta have the light? I was like, why we have to have the lights off? I said, let's keep the lights on. Cause my mama don't play that. Like my mama would have never, even though it was all girls, my mama wouldn't have necessarily thought that was a fun game. She would be like, why are y'all in here with the lights off? You know what I'm saying? Like my mama would have been like, why are y'all in here with the lights off? Like y'all can play and have fun with the lights on. So every time they try to turn the light off, I'm getting mad for real. I'm like, okay, since y'all want to have the light off. Since y'all want to have the light off. So I just like and then their game was like dangerous for real. Like think about it. They wanted us to be jumping on the bed, roughhousing in the dark. Why? They wanted to jump from this side of the room to that side of the room. Why? I kept on telling them like, no, I don't want to play that game. No, I don't want to play that game. They just was insisting. And my younger sister, she's like a year younger than me basically. She won't go tell them no. So just know that we didn't play that game. Just know that after that happened, we didn't play that game no more. So part of me was happy that we didn't have to play that game. Like what? I do not like, I did not like being over there used to overstimulate me anyway. They used to always have like a lot of the rules in our house was not at that house, like, and then our parents would just be talking with each other in another room. Like, I was overstimulated. I felt that way before I kicked someone in the chest, and after I felt terrible. It's not funny. It's not funny. It's just so crazy because what exactly made me want to do that as a kid? Like, I literally was just mad. Like, why y'all keep wanting to? I don't want a rough house with the lights off. Like, come on. And the real Julrae laughs at that. That's really something else. Because it's fucked up. I'm laughing because realistically the nature of that is fucked up. Are y'all still cool with each other? Yeah. We call each other our cousins. I never knew you had so much hair. They ain't hear about that monkey that was jumping on the bed and bumped his head. Exactly, Pepe. So yeah. And that is what happened. If I'm not mistaken, the first time I slammed I think I slammed her at least twice. The first, or it might have been 3 times, but I think it was twice. The first time I slammed her, the first time I slammed her, I don't think nothing happened to her. But she said, hey, whoever did that, don't do that. And then the second time I slammed her, she hit her head. She said, who keeps slamming me on the bed? Yo, I hated that game so bad. Turn on these damn lights. Like, what the fuck? There's other things we can do to have fun. Why was that? Why did they want to have fun like that? Like, that's not fun to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, but we just like we were raised different. You know what I'm saying? Like, we kind of was raised similar. Jewel gave that girl CTE. Yo, it's so messed up. I felt so bad though. I ain't gonna lie. In the moment, I felt like that's what I needed to do for some reason. But afterwards, I was a kid. Like, I felt so bad afterwards, and it made me realize that I don't want to do stuff like that to people. But you know, to this day, I don't think they really know who did it though. I don't think nobody really knows. If they really think about it, they probably know. Before, iPad kids used to get concussions every day. Exactly. And then I remember the girl started crying. Her mom came in the room. She was like, what's wrong? She was like, we were playing, jumping in the dark, and somebody keeps slamming me. I hit my head. And her mama said, well, y'all, I guess y'all need to just keep the light on. She was like, just keep the light on. Just don't like, why y'all playing that game anyway? So the mama used to get mad at her kid anyway for doing those games. So I felt like I was a little bit off the hook at the time, but I was a kid. I was a kid, you know what I'm saying? Now you really laughing at that, but you didn't have to be extra. That girl probably turned into Chris Benoit later in life. I don't know. James is built like Ursula from The Little Mermaid, and he got a toenail fetish. I believe it. Welcome back, AM1. It's been a minute since you roasted James in the chat. It's been a minute since you roasted James in the chat. But anyways, I felt like such a bad person. Ever since then, I just realized I'm not supposed to be a bad person. I was like, I'm not supposed to be a bad person. But I really just didn't want to play that game. I got a little situationship. She been keeping me busy. Okay. What she look like? Where you meet her? Thanks, Fernay Alexander Granjalis. But anyways, I think I'm about to get off the live, you guys. I've been up here for a good amount of time with you guys. I just wanted to come on because, woo, I keep burping. I wanted to get on just because, like, I'm trying to get up here. Sorry, hiccups and burps. I'm trying to get up here as much as possible. However, there's times when I tell you guys I'm gonna try to get up here, and guess what happens? Y'all end up not seeing me for a little bit. So I don't know. Darnell, that's you. Birthday 24. Hey. You know what I'm saying? Bro, do leave me back. You gotta sing that song. Don't leave me, girl. I met her at the gym. Slim, thick, light-skinned shorty. Okay. Okay. I don't see James being able to pay that girl. You know James be acting like a fake trick. Good night, Jury, and you stay cool and happy Thursday. Same to you. Also, everybody on the live, don't be a bully. Like, don't do anything that's close to the action of being a bully. By the way, it's not fun. It's not fun unless you're actually a fucked up person and you're sadistic. Shout out to 8 pounds 6 ounces, baby Jesus, for the gift. Thanks. But yeah, if you haven't already, double tap the live stream, subscribe to the channel. I need to do some late night lives. You know what? I might do some late night lives. You say you are trying to hiccup here as much as possible. I'm gonna try to get up here as much as possible. James has a gay Hinge profile and he do meetups. Joe better not leave us or I'ma cry. Why? I got you. Tyrone Hooper, I didn't get you. You bully for a living. How much you make, Darnell? Whose gorgeous aunt is that? Who, me or the other lady behind me? Get your ass up in the air, baby. You make me hard AF, baby. I'm scared. Why did I read it? I selective bully James only. Yo, me too. I've been calling James. Yo, James has been texting me for like the past few days now, right? And I have been giving him a little time of day. And whenever I text him back, I be telling him that he's broke as fuck. And he keep trying to say he gonna send me some money again. I'm like, James, you too broke to be sending me money. What you mean? So I just be calling him a broke boy. The fruit does not fall very far from the tree. True. Subscribe and share and hit the like button. Channel is cool and she's an awesome person. Thanks, Jeff. You look so cozy and gorgeous up